to get better and do something with that #1 and how to get further and further with the skill sets you've earned. I think that that is only a testament to where you're going to go around life and beyond the video game, the way that Neo is showcasing what that may offer him into the school and how he's teaching Jahzz0 a lesson already.
Yeah, already off the bat, so much damage. And Jahzz0 learned a hard lesson a couple weekends ago back at Warehouse War 4 when he fought against MK Leo, a very similar type of matchup where Leo just absolutely disavowed him for his use of focus when he was trying to land. Neo already committing to a similar type of call-out and already taking that first stock off the board with a quick pin through that center platform.
Less than the first minute already gone. I saw Jahzz0 kind of shake his hand. Yo, wake up, okay? Hope you had a good nap. It's time to wake up, put your jersey on, baby, and do your character proud and watch that pin, that range. That's the parry god you were talking about before last. The rebuttal coming in from Jahzz0 as he hits the ledge. Let's see if he can control it, but the underground scoop coming in from Neo to get him back right into the match.
And something that we're already seeing like a stark difference in, Neo's punish game on point, absolutely decimating Jahzz0's percentage, and already one of his stocks gone. But when Jahzz0 gets going, we know that he's more than capable of taking stocks just like that. Chases Neo up onto that center platform. Now you're stuck in the drill, but he manages to jump through, and time to take your punishment for thinking that you can charge that F smash right in Jahzz0's face.
I love that reaction too. You know, it's always a hit or miss because you can hold that for so long, and if you let go at that wrong time, that would have been another stock. But look at this, the 0 to 80, we were talking about it, how Jahzz0 just needs one hit. Now I'll be, you know, whatever, 0 to 50 to 60, but as soon as he gets whatever he might need, that second stock will be gone. So let's see if he can get that second before he can get any extra credit on the side of Neo.
Exact same way, but this time in a different position, so that's going to be Neo taking the stock out instead of Jahzz0. And wow, look at these parries. We talked about it. Jahzz0's going to be able to connect that into a down tilt Shoryu, and he's doing such a good job of catching Neo's landing options. He keeps going for this reversal landing up air, and Jahzz0's like, no, no, no.
Yep, we're back. Nope, you might have got that first stock. Congratulations, but I can take more stocks quicker than you. All I need is that one hit, so don't make a mistake against me, because there it is once again. Great down air from Corrin. It does pump you up before it sends you down first and foremost, so that's why you're able to get that mix-up. But speaking of mix-ups, what a great retaliation from Jahzz0. But how are you going to get back? I love the high recovery, and so on the side of Neo to keep up this pressure.
Has to be so careful with going both high or getting underneath Corrin, because Neo is more than proficient at doing stuff like that. It's not quite enough to kill, but I still don't know how Jahzz0's getting back to this stage, because the frame traps are out, the ledge traps are out, and the 2 frames are out in force. The pin comes through after so much punishment had been doled out, and Jahzz0 goes to the blast zone, goes down 1-0 in this set.
Makes it so hard to come back to the stage, because he even had the right idea where he jumped higher, but Neo was already there covering with those wings, pushing him back with the back air, and then immediately retaliated by putting up another pin, going straight through that ledge to cover the next attack. Now, even though Ken's a big boy, there's only so much pins he could take, right?
There's so much, and it's the same sort of thing that I was talking about with his set versus Leo a couple of weeks ago, where most characters, Ken focuses in their face while they're trying to juggle him, and it lets him get back down to stage, but not with a character that's proficient at frame traps like Corrin. When you focus against her, it's just like air dodging in that situation to her. She's still going to cover where you come out after it, and you're going to be much the worse for wear when she's done with you. And a footstool into nothing. I don't know if that one was as intentional as it looked.
Woo! Yeah, definitely not. I love the setup though on that platform to land. Jahzz0 was ready thanks to the focus. Here comes the second hit. You do have to either let it go or take the second hit, and here we go. Wow, going so deep and still using the back air to put yourself into a vertical range. Neo, a huge respect on just being aware of the limitations that Corrin might have to recover. Even though you might have less length on the recovery, you know exactly how to angle it to make sure you get back and get back to where you were in that business.
And we saw this in the last game as well. A huge start from Neo. He got off to a really big lead, but Jahzz0 slowly brought it back with a couple of huge combos. Looking to do the same sort of thing here, but not able to connect off of the D-tilt. Chases Neo up onto that PS2 platform and continues to harry him as he tries to get back down into neutral. It's a footstool out of shield into a dare this time around, though, and that resets us back to where Neo's more comfortable. Never mind. Jahzz0 just runs up and does it. It's not enough to kill, but it is enough to make Neo scared. And the second one he falls out, go for it.
Whoa!
Jahzz0, no!
The jab that came out so quickly. Again, the awareness of what frame that might come out to contest you against it. But finally, finding the rip on that Shoryu to bring it down. We are at 100%, not looking so clean, but hey, Ken just needs that little bit of rage, right? Sometimes that does help out. It's gonna kill a lot sooner, and you made a mistake, so you know what time it is. Jahzz0 immediately getting back to the 30% and having control of the Pokeball, right? That neutral that you want to get, the advantage state to push you to the ledge. You put out more options, I'm gonna push you to make mistakes, but here we go, reversal. Here comes Neo, back to ledge respect.
Kels, do you think we might know what option Neo wants? That pin on platform happened so many times in a row, and when he goes in and tries to fight back against Jahzz0, Jahzz0's just in his face. 75, you were talking about the damage output a second ago, and it continues to be poured on. Neo's able to get past, though, thanks to the hit above ledge on that up B. Jahzz0 just air dodging back, trying to maintain the space between the two of them, does not want to challenge the sword without a disjoint. Waiting for Neo to commit. Ooh, barely misses out on getting a punish into a Shoryu.
I just love the patience on Jahzz0, right? Like, you know you can't contest against any of these aerials on the side of Neo. Corrin just so big and keeping you out. So he's just controlling the stage. You go ahead and get that regrab. No problem. Take your time. I'll be right here and waiting for you when you're back. This is my home, my turf. You stay away. I got the key, and I'm gonna go ahead and lock the door.
And did you see right there, Jahzz0 floating inches above the hitbox from that kick after the pin? He's figured out the spacing here. You were talking about him maintaining the distance away from the disjoint sword, and he's getting better and better at it as time goes on. But Neo doesn't need to get better at that. He's already near perfect. The pin, second verse, same as the first. Jahzz0, though, looking to close this out here and now.
I love that Shoryu commitment, right? Because it gives you the idea of, okay, you're gonna lag and I'm gonna kind of catch your landing, but no, Ken was able to recover in that situation and keep up this momentum, and now on the edge guard situation, you try the tomahawk, get off. I'm gonna go ahead and kick you right back.
Perfect DI from Neo, though, to get away from the crescent kick. He's not gonna die to it like somebody who's less familiar with this matchup.
Right.
Try and get back up on here, but Jahzz0 just waiting, menacing, using that auto turnaround as a huge threat. Neo's still able to get past all of it, though.
I feel like Neo is definitely screaming in his head in this moment because you are out and about. That's game 2. Go in the hands of Jahzz0, and the crowd comes alive here for the region boy. All right, this is looking like a set. I mean, the first game we were kind of talking last about, yo, what is the plan, right? Corrin Ken on paper sounds absolutely abysmal, but the way that you saw Jahzz0 be so patient and just, you know, people when they're patient, they tend to say, I'm gonna go to the ledge. I'm gonna chill there, wait for everything. Obviously, you don't want to do that against Corrin. But instead, the Sun Salutation told him, I'm going to stay in the center. I'm going to have that Pokeball. I will be the Pokemon Master today. No problem. I'm going to hold that, control it, and make sure people know that this is my stage. Get out of that house. Let's take a look at this replay here. The way that, again, he doesn't let him get down to the neutral. Was able to force him into an overcommitting option. And even waking himself up. My guy just woke up. He had like a nightmare or something.
Jahzz0, wake up. You're on stage at Supernova.
Welcome. Top 129, as a matter of fact, and the winner's side, of course. So this will be for top 64 for these guys if you do end up taking it. And I know Jahzz0 definitely feeling it, the way he is just focused, understanding, hey, that was a really great plan. If I don't let Corrin play the neutral game, I can overwhelm them and make sure that they make a mistake. They might have pin, but they ain't got anything else.
Yeah, especially the way that Jahzz0 was spacing around all options that Neo was throwing out. That was the key to that game number 2, so it's going to be interesting to see how Neo changes it up going into game number 3. I didn't quite see which stage they picked, but it is Kalos, and you yourself said that you were a little bit worried should this stage be picked, because Jahzz0 has already had trouble getting back up onto stage. Now he's going to have even more.
I can see why Jahzz0 let it be, only because of the flatness, right? You're going to be able to catch jumps and aerials from Neo much easier. But again, now you got a chaser, but maybe you don't, right? This center stage that Jahzz0's been controlling, if he's got it, there you go, like that. There's no reason why he's gonna go in. But I think where we're gonna see the disadvantage coming in against Ken is gonna be that ledge, that pin. Even though Neo doesn't need to practice it or whatever because he's so consistent with it, it's gonna make it even easier to hit on Kalos with that no ledge. Here it comes, not gonna get it though.
Yeah, Jahzz0 a little bit too quick on the uptake, knowing that if he let Neo get into position, it would have been disastrous. So, gonna get back up, but he needs to get back up in this percentage battle because Neo is already starting to run away with the early lead. However, He did that during game number 1 and 2 as well, and Jahzz0 was able to bring back the second one. And
Oh my
look at
God!
him go. Chased all the way onto the platform and all the way into the blast zone. Neo's got to take a second to compose himself, and I would too if I got hit by that one.
I'm telling you, again, right? It comes down to what stage I get waiting. I love it, adapting. I got hit by this before. You know that the second one's coming, so I'm gonna hold this focus, cancel it, and then do it again. Because as long as I got that slow momentum on the focus, I can jump and get back to the stage, no problem, especially when it's so vertical on the side of Kalos. Unfortunate on the turnaround there. I thought we got auto turnaround, but apparently not. But we're just gonna resume where we were back in this neutral, gain it back. 47% on extra credit for the side of Jahzz0.
Trying to find an opportunity to jump in, gets in on Neo's shield and then has to reset. Just that's been the way that Jahzz0's slowly adapting to playing this matchup, is just in, out, in, just continuing to space around him, and when he gets his opportunities, he turns them into stuff like that. Only 124 on him. That felt like so much earlier. Now it feels like so little because even the F smash isn't enough to kill.
And now you got yourself a focus too. I love the way Jahzz0's just been auto ending it over and over and again. Parry Master coming out, but Kalos is big. This Cathedral, man, it's got a big ceiling. I don't know who designed it, but Jahzz0's thanking them for sure. Neo, though, kicking him out the window. The second stock. We know the early stocks that Neo can possess. Again, that one opening is what he's so good. But wait, like you said, the up airs, that's when it gets scary. And Jahzz0 only needs those 2 interactions that we've seen. The first one gets the damage, the second one is the KO.
Jahzz0 was trying to repeat how first stock went with that chase onto the right side platform. Neo not going to give it to him, but he is going to give him this grab off of that parry, and they're coming up as he tries for the spike, but doesn't do so successfully. Neo's going to get one more big chance, especially if he can take out this stock from Jahzz0, but he commits to the F smash, and it turns out to be the right decision the second time around. The tipper going to be enough to kill, and actually, only 67. Jahzz0 could definitely convert this into a stock if Neo's not careful, though.
That's it. Watch those downers. I feel like every single time they've been punished. Only the first one worked. You got to adapt as to what's working and what isn't, especially now that Neo has to approach, right? No matter what, even if this does go south, you have to approach, and approaching someone like Ken, that's when it gets a little scary, but finally these little shark, these little bites, these little taunts of, hey, I'm going to control, I'm going to get this stage, I got to stop Ken from controlling the neutral. That's going to be the key here. Who's going to fight for it? That center Pokeball, once again, here it is. Over and over again, but here comes the Nair. How are you going to get in? Jahzz0's the response. There it is, the read into the Shoryu. Taking game number 3.
And that was so smart from Jahzz0, catching Neo trying to do a retreating jump to get back into his comfort spot, which is right over top of Ken. We saw Jahzz0 mess up a couple of times in the lead up to that moment, where he kept trying to meet Neo in the air-to-air, not successfully.
Nope.
So eventually we're going to see it right here. After a couple frame traps, Jahzz0's like, wait, I'm like slightly fast. I know you're going to dash back and jump. I'm going to get right under there, and Rising Dragon Punch for the game.
Woo!
For set point as well, Kels. He is 1 game away from sending one of Japan's best down into losers.
So look at that face. That is the face of determination, motivation, and after a good nap, let me tell you, okay? My man definitely recharged that battery. Neo looking to do the same, and I love that. That's such a great idea for your mentality, guys, okay? 80% I would say this game's mentality, because you know how to play the game. We know Neo can take this. We know Neo can take this set. No problem. But you have to have the mentality to do it, where if you're panicking, hey, I'm gonna roll, oh my God, here comes Ken, and you're gonna start panicking. That's where the mistakes start coming, because that's the thing. Jahzz0 is not making mistakes. He is so composed and is so ready for what is ahead. And Neo just has to really have that same mentality to be able to rebuttal against Ken.
As a game's meta progresses and Punish becomes more and more intrinsic to how it is played, as we've seen with Smash Ultimate, nerves hurt you more and more.
Yep.
In early Ultimate, back in like 2018, you get nervous, you make a mistake, you get caught jumping where you shouldn't. 30%. Sure,
you might live.
Whatever. You'll
You're
probably
fine.
live. You'll be fine. Modern Ultimate, Jahzz0 sprinting at you full speed. You jump back because you're trying to create space between the two of you so you have space to swing your sword. You die.
That's it.
You're not surviving.
Yep. See, and it's the same on the side of Neo, right? We've seen his 0 to death, the way he controls that center, but the problem is he hasn't been able to get center. And I think, like you said, it comes down with the nerves. And humanizing and normalizing that idea is also okay, because as a human being, you kind of want to be nervous. That adrenaline is what's going to kick you into that drive to really get in there and be confident in what you do in terms of your reaction time and your skill set. but it's about how do you handle those nerves. And on right now, on the side of Jahzz0, definitely handling it a lot better than Nao. Let's see here as he starts controlling the stage on Pokemon Stadium 2.
Something to be said about Jahzz0, almost more than any other player. He wants to be here. He wants to be on this stage in front of all the fans, in front of the screaming crowd. And he wants to be at the top of the game, and Nao at the bottom of his morale because he's not happy with that SD.
Not at all. He didn't know that he lost his jump, unfortunately. I even saw it in his face, the way he just kind of cussed himself out. But, you know, mistakes happen, SDs happen. Smash Brothers happens, man. All right, your little cousin is sometimes going to hit you even if you're trying to four-stock them. And now it's up to you to be confident in your ability to bring it back. What is the toolkits that Corrin has against you? Yes, it is that. It is your pin. It is the aerials that you possess to really zone you out. You just got to know when to do it. Find what Jahzz0's not doing and expose it.
And something that I'd like to point out that's actually helping Jahzz0 by not doing it, we're seeing less and less just defensive focuses. He's only using it when it's absolutely necessary as a tool. See, right there.
Yup, there it is.
Normal Jahzz0 would have focused way earlier than that, but because Nao's been so good at frame trapping it, he waited till the absolute last second. Now, he still lost the stock afterwards, but the adaptations for Jahzz0 have been helping him so much in this matchup.
And I want to see those adaptations coming in from Nao, and it looks like we're getting it. The percent is racking up. Instead of those focuses attacking those focuses, we can get grabs. We can get the landing on those aerials, pin what the landing will be, not where the focus is, right? Where you're going to end up, because that's the mix-up coming in from Jahzz0 over and over. You just got to be aware of when that's going in. Just like that, once again, be reversing that focus.
Trying to find a way in, and I love Jahzz0 like trying to bait Nao catching a jump, because he's just doing that quick like short hop air dodge down, and he's also doing that quick down tilt Shoryu. Close out yet another stock. Nao on winner's side life. Got to find something to make happen here, or Jahzz0 going to be taking this set.
I do like the face, though, from Nao. Even though losing that stock, he was very much composed, right? He wasn't really getting in his head or anything like that. Now, okay, maybe now. Now you start getting a little nervous at 34 because, again, we've been seeing these instances last of, hey, Jahzz0 gets one hit, fine, but the second one is probably going to get a KO setup.
Only 34 on him is what I'd like to say, but 34 is still a scary percent. 95 is what's on Jahzz0. First back air and the second back air enough to seal the stock. We are on last stock here, Kels.
There it is. I like the landing, that disjointed toenail, man. Okay, Ken's got to do something about it. Always coming out, making sure it is leaving quite the mark, but Nao's got a sword of his own to contest against the foot, the nair, and here it is again, break and focus, utilizing the tools that Corrin has that is quick, and this time rolls in. Understand that he's reacting, not reading. That's what he's got, the mix-ups, but oh no. Okay, platform set up, but Nair gonna go ahead and save it. We're back into neutral.
Jahzz0 not firing the Shoryu there for really good reason, because he knows he's gonna get a better opportunity for it here in just a moment. 74% on Nao. This is terrifying.
That's it.
That's gonna be it. Jahzz0
there it is.
Takes it over Nao with a beautiful corner chase, and look at that. Witness me, says he.
Ken on the map in the hands of Jahzz0. Always so pumped up and just so passionate and dedicated to learn. He's wanted this set for so long. Being at the top 50 in the world has always been his dream, right? And we know that he's capable. I remember the rankings coming out and how disappointed he was. But again, like you said before, Lash, it's invalid. The rankings don't matter because the performance is going to show the truth.
Jahzz0 so excited for every aspect of the game. And so how could he not be excited about a win like that? You love to see it from a young player like that. A 3-1 victory over Nao, so he's going to be moving on farther into bracket. Nao is going to go ruin some people's days down in the loser side of bracket.
Yeah, I don't want to be there.
Don't want to be there at all.